The year is 1914. Europe is a continent of elegant boulevards, grand cafes and bustling cities. The arts are flourishing. Technological advancements promise a brighter future. Yet beneath this veneer of progress, tensions simmer. Europe's great powers, Britain, France, Germany, Austria-Hungary and Russia, are locked in a dangerous game of alliances and military build-up. Nationalism, a potent force, fuels rivalries and mistrust. The seeds of conflict are sown, waiting for the right moment to sprout. Imagine a world on the cusp of unimaginable change. The 19th century, with its relative peace and prosperity, is drawing to a close. A sense of unease pervades the air. Whispers of war circulate in the corridors of power. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, on June 28, 1914, shatters the fragile peace. Austria-Hungary, blaming Serbia for the act, issues an ultimatum. The intricate web of alliances designed to maintain balance instead triggers a chain reaction, plunging Europe into the abyss of war. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo was a tragedy. It was also the catalyst for a conflict that had been brewing for decades. Nationalism, a powerful force that emphasized national identity and pride, had been on the rise in Europe. Coupled with militarism, the glorification of military strength, and imperialism, the competition for colonies and global dominance, Europe was a tinderbox waiting to ignite. The assassination provided the spark. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, declared war on Serbia. Russia, bound by treaty to protect Serbia, mobilized its troops. Germany, fearing a two-front war, declared war on Russia and its ally, France. Germany's invasion of neutral Belgium drew Great Britain into the conflict. Within weeks, the great powers of Europe were at war. The world watched in disbelief as the continent descended into chaos. The Western Front, a 400-mile scar stretching across France and Belgium, became synonymous with the horrors of World War I. Here, millions of soldiers faced each other in a deadly stalemate. Trench warfare, a brutal and unforgiving form of combat, emerged. Soldiers lived in squalid, rat-infested trenches, constantly exposed to enemy fire, disease and the elements. Life in the trenches was a nightmarish existence. Soldiers endured relentless artillery bombardments, machine gun fire and the constant threat of sniper attacks. Disease was rampant, and the lack of sanitation and proper medical care exacerbated the suffering. The psychological toll of constant fear and the loss of comrades was immeasurable. The Western Front witnessed some of the bloodiest battles in human history. The Battle of the Somme, fought between July and November 1916, epitomized the futility and brutality of trench warfare. Over 1 million casualties were inflicted for minimal territorial gains. The Battle of Verdun, lasting from February to December 1916, became a symbol of French resilience in the face of German aggression. These battles of attrition, designed to wear down the enemy through relentless attacks, resulted in unimaginable casualties. New technologies such as machine guns, poison gas and tanks made warfare even more deadly. Yet, despite the technological advances, the war on the Western Front remained largely a stalemate for years. Section 5, A World Engulfed, The Global Impact of War. While the Western Front was the epicenter of the conflict, World War I was truly a global war. The Ottoman Empire, allied with Germany and Austria-Hungary, opened up new fronts in the Middle East. Battles raged in Gallipoli, Mesopotamia and Palestine, drawing in troops from Australia, New Zealand, India and other parts of the British Empire. Japan, allied with Britain, seized German colonies in China and the Pacific. The United States, initially neutral, entered the war in 1917 on the side of the Allies, tipping the balance in their favor. The war had a profound impact on global trade, transportation and communication. It also led to significant social and political upheavals. Section 6. The Home Front, Women, Industry and Social Change. The war effort demanded unprecedented mobilization of resources and manpower. With millions of men away fighting, women took on new roles in factories, farms and offices, challenging traditional gender norms. Governments implemented rationing, censorship and propaganda to maintain morale and support for the war effort. The war also had a profound impact on industry and technology. Mass production techniques were refined to meet the demands of the military. New technologies such as airplanes, submarines and radio communication were developed and deployed, forever changing the face of warfare. Section 7. The collapse of empires, the Eastern Front and beyond. The Eastern Front, stretching from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea, was characterized by its vast scale and brutality. Russia, despite its massive army, was ill-prepared for the demands of modern warfare. German and Austro-Hungarian forces inflicted heavy casualties on the Russian army. The war exacerbated internal tensions within Russia, leading to the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 and Russia's withdrawal from the war. The Ottoman Empire, already weakened by internal strife, collapsed under the pressure of war. The war also had a profound impact on the Middle East, leading to the redrawing of borders and the creation of new nation-states. Section 8, A Fragile Peace, the Treaty of Versailles and its legacy. After 4 long years of war, the armistice was signed on November 11, 1918. The guns fell silent, and the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. The Paris Peace Conference, convened in 1919, aimed to negotiate a lasting peace. The Treaty of Versailles, imposed on a defeated Germany, held Germany responsible for the war and imposed harsh reparations payments. The treaty, however, failed to address the underlying causes of the war. The harsh terms imposed on Germany bred resentment and instability, contributing to the rise of extremism and the outbreak of World War II just 2 decades later. Section 9. Lest we forget. Remembering the Great War. World War I was a tragedy of unprecedented scale. Millions perished and countless lives were forever scarred by the horrors of war. The war left an indelible mark on the 20th century, shaping the political, social and economic landscape of the world. As we remember the Great War, we must learn from its mistakes. We must strive to build a world where dialogue, diplomacy and understanding prevail. We must honor the sacrifices of those who fought and died by working towards a future where peace and cooperation triumph over conflict and division. Lest we forget.